Ready? The tunnel was made by hand through rocks for it's 1,800 feet long. The water was considered living water. What did Jesus say? Right? We're going to get to that. Considered living water because it came from a spring. So they believe if it came from a spring, it's living water. The priest took the living water up hundreds of steps that led to the Temple Mount. As they arrived to the court of the priest, they would walk around the altar once, and then they would pour out the water into the altar of sacrifice. One time for 6 days. So one time every 6 days, right? For every 6th day. And that's the 15th. And then the 21st day, which was the 7th day, right? They would do on the 7th day, the day of the feast, the priest will walk around 7 days. They'll walk around seven times, right? This ceremony was due to the people's need for God's blessing for rain, for planting and harvesting. Men would gather in the courts of the women and light 4 lampstands. The lampstands were so bright it lit up most of the city. Midway to the feast on the 18th, Jesus began to teaching. The last day, the 21st, Jesus stood up and cried out. Here we go. We're going to start leading into John chapter 9, right? So Jesus, ready? It says, John 7, starting at 37. On the last day, the great day of the feast, Jesus stood and cried out, saying, if anyone thirsts, let him come to me and drink. He who believes in me, as the scripture said, out of his heart will flow rivers of living water. What they said the spring was living water. So you see, as we're getting somewhere, right? We're getting somewhere. Now it makes more sense that we're leading into the pool of Siloam, and they believe the water was living water because it came from a spring. And you see what it says? It says that on the last day, the great day of the feast. What feast? The Feast of Tabernacles. So we're following along a chronological order. Right? So here we go. Following a day again to teach in front of the 4 lampstands. Where we say the women courts, what it said, the